Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Tuesday, January 7th, and we are here answering questions from you, our wonderful listening audience. Those questions can range in topic. You know, you hear a lot about retirement, but we talk a lot about housing. We talk about people who purchased homes with high mortgage interest rates and they're worried. We've been talking to people about career changes, all of these things in your big real life that have some sort of financial implication. These are topics everybody's interested in. So come join us, whatever it is. Go to JillOnMoney.com, click the Contact Us button. Let us know if you want to come on the air. Mark will do everything else. Right now, we are going to talk to Kay. She is from the South. And we're not going to even go pinpointing it because Kay has a very distinctive accent. So, Kay, you know that we love an accent. We've had all sorts. We've had German accents, we've had British accents, and now you're giving us a robust Southern accent. So, Kay, welcome to Jill on Money. Thanks for joining us.
Hey there. Thanks for having me.
See, hey there. I like that. What brings you to our airwaves?
Well, I'm trying to plan ahead. I've started planning ahead for the future, but I'm trying to do so in an even more forward-thinking way. So,
okay. All right. So tell us about yourself.
Okay. So my husband and I are both 41. He is the primary breadwinner and he's self-employed, as a photographer. So he's out there hustling all the time and he has done great, way better than we thought. So I'd say for the past few years, his average income has been about $115,000 a year, which for
Fantastic.
Where we live, and for where we live is great.
Fabulous.
Yes. And I work for a small nonprofit and I'm only, I'm making about $45,000 a year, but it's a great work situation for me.
And do you get your benefits through you?
No. So we have a pretty high deductible health insurance plan that we just pay for out of pocket, but the monthly premium's not bad. So,
okay. All right. That's good. And is it just you two? Are there some kids or animals or anything like that?
Yes, we have two children and they are 9 and 11.
Great. Are they in public or private school right now?
They're in public school and they'll be staying in public school.
Forever. Until they're 50. They're going to stay in school.
Yes.
Does your husband have a retirement plan that he uses for his self-employment income?
So probably about 5 years ago, it just sort of hit me over the head and I was like, oh, well, we need to think about all this. So then we started an SEP IRA. And so, in the past several years, we've tried to contribute to that in a pretty meaningful way. So now we have about $210,000 in that.
Wow, that's great. And what about you through the small nonprofit? Do you also have a plan?
No, I don't have anything like that. But I do have a couple of old 401ks from when I had other jobs, and there's about $40,000 in there.
Are they still at the 401k plan provider, or have you rolled them into IRAs?
They're still at the plan provider.
Okay, so a couple, like two?
Yes. Yeah,
okay.
They're two different ones.
And you said 40, right?
Yeah.
Great. How about a house? Do you live somewhere or do you live in a cave?
Yes.
Kay in a cave.
Yes. We live in a house and we were very blessed to buy this house when the market was really ditched. So we bought our house for a great price. And even though I know this goes against your advice, we have been paying down on it. And so we only have about $4,000 left on our mortgage.
Well, I can't tell you anything to do because you've already done it. What's the house worth?
Now, at this point, it's a 100-year-old house, so it's got its issues. But the market in our neighborhood now, it's probably worth about $300,000.
And you only have $4,000 left on the mortgage?
Yes.
Are we going to have a big party when that's done?
I don't know. It's weird. I'm proud of us, but then you don't want to brag.
You can brag to us. You can totally brag to us.
Yes. I'll brag to you, my mother, my real estate agent. But
exactly. I remember when my father paid off my parents' mortgage, he took the mortgage document and he put it in the fireplace. He was so happy. He was so proud of himself. So you're going to stay in this house, even though it's 100 years old, right?
Yes. Hopefully once we get it paid off and I can maybe wear my husband down a little, we could start dumping some money into some improvements. But
okay. How do you like when you think about the kids, are you guys putting any money away for education for them, or are you going to do this out of cash flow? What's your view on education?
That's one thing that we need some advice on because we haven't done anything yet. that's one thing that I need to know. Like, should we start college funds for them, or, can we get ahead of things enough since they're still pretty young that maybe we can have enough money to just help them out when the time comes?
Right, right. How much money do you have like in the bank, the emergency reserve fund?
Around $80,000.
Oh, that's good. And I presume it's sort of like that. You keep it on the high side because he is self-employed and you want to be careful. Yeah,
exactly.
Right. Okay. The mortgage is going to get paid down very shortly. How much more money is going to get freed up when you don't have a mortgage payment?
That's probably just going to be the mortgage part that we're paying is like $500 a month.
Is there anything else besides the SEP, your old 401k, or the emergency reserve fund? Do you have other money that's socked away?
No, that's it.
Okay, got it. It's good. It's all good. When you think about these kids getting older, do you think you'll be working more as they get older?
I think so. I think right now I'm going to stick with my job because I have two small children and the schedule is very relaxed. And I have, I basically don't have bosses. So
I love that. I love those kinds of bosses, the ones that don't exist.
Yes, exactly. So I think that's worth a lot. But I do think I could sort of segue this into a job where I could see, my earnings increase.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Look, there's a few things. First of all, congratulations, because you really have set yourselves on a great path forward. I'm wondering if maybe for yourself, what might be helpful would be, why don't we start a Roth IRA for you? To me, it's kind of a no-brainer because I'm like, oh, house, mortgage goes away, and then you'll be in the habit of doing that. Now, if you got another job, if you got a full-time job and all of a sudden the money's sort of cranking in, then I think beyond that, what you would be thinking about would be using a retirement plan for yourself, that's offered through work. And then if you've got extra cash flow, maybe if I ranked it, I'd say keep doing your SEP, put your money in a Roth IRA for you, and then let's look into a 529 plan. I don't want to out you on your state, but if your state offers a plan that has a tax deduction, it might be worth looking into to at least begin the process of putting a little bit of money away, right? Mark, do you agree with the Roth IRA before the 529 plan?
Yeah, 100%. And from what I can tell, that state does not have a tax deduction.
Yeah. Okay. So if you don't, so if you wanted to, but again, I wouldn't go crazy with this. Do you think your kids are going to be like public college kind of kids?
My older child, it's hard to tell my second one because she's only in third grade. My older child is a real go-getter, real smart, very academically driven. So I really have a lot of hope that she could get scholarships.
Yes, I like that. I like go-getter. That's my kind of word. I would like her to be able to, sort of get there and get where she wants to go. But, if she's a real go-getter and if she's a good student, given the income that you have, remember, if I'm a college and I'm looking at you guys right now, I don't see 115,000 plus 45,000. Remember, I look at 115 and I say 115 less the $30,000 you're putting into the retirement account. So I look at you from a financial aid perspective and say, you actually might qualify for something pretty interesting. I think you keep doing what you're doing. Look, there's two reasons why I think it would be great for you to actually have a full-time job. Number one, benefits, man. Oh my God. Like you guys I know it's not that terrible right now, but as you get older, it gets tougher, right? And so we'd love to see you have like a nice fat benefit plan. And maybe, listen, if you stay in the nonprofit world, they not pay a lot, but they have great benefits in many places. So maybe I would keep that in mind as you start thinking about cycling out of part-time into full-time, like, hey, maybe I'll shop around not for the highest pay, but I'll look at flexibility and benefits, which are really important to me. So that would be where I go. Do you guys have life insurance?
We do, but we need to increase our policies. I know because we got them when our kids were really little.
How much do you have?
I think my husband, it's like 500,000 and I'm like just 250,000.
Get term life insurance. You don't have to get it for that long. Your kids are now, they're sort of a little bit older. So you really could get like 15-year term policies and be done. Now, what about a will and a power of attorney and a healthcare proxy?
We have to do that. We have not done that.
Okay. Come on now.
I know.
What are you thinking here, girl? You're not. Do you think that I'm not going to die? I love when people say that. Well, I don't think that's going to happen. Well, it may not, but it may. Do you have any friends? Like this is what I do. I go find a friend of yours who like either works in a law firm or is a lawyer and just be like, is there anyone who can help me out with this? And if not, you can just go online and just do something very basic. The thing that's important here is that you just have, you have to figure out a guardian, which somehow or other we seem to have been talking to people lately who have like really big fights with their spouses about guardianship. So if you have somebody that's in mind, great. If not, just pick the next best person. Don't go crazy about this and get it done. That's it.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to do that. I know I have to do that.
All right. Very good. All right. Well, then that's it. What else can we do for you?
Well, I was wondering, so, it just kind of occurred to me several years ago, like, if I started paying extra, we could get our house paid off. So I started doing that. And so it's kind of occurring to me at this point in my life, like if we really went crazy on not doing any extraneous spending, if we really just went hard at saving and investing, our lives would look, I feel, a lot different, maybe 10 years down the road. And especially since my husband is self-employed, I would love for him to not have to keep hustling the way he does for the next 15, 20 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, look, the thing to remember is if he's maxing out his SEP, you're then putting money into a Roth IRA. He can also put money into a Roth IRA. He can do both. So you could, if you really wanted to like hustle, what I would say is you do the SEP, you both do Roth IRAs. When you start if you get a full-time job and you could put money into a 401k or a Roth 401k, remember that gives you a much bigger contribution limit that you could access. And that is how you supercharge your savings. That's really what you do. I mean, look, if it's very important to you to have that as flexibility, again, if you were still working part-time and he's got the SEP, and let's say he's maxing out his SEP, you put 6 in your Roth, he puts 6 in his Roth, and you still have extra money and you don't want to necessarily do college to the same extent, then you would have a non-retirement brokerage account. Where's your SEP held?
Vanguard.
So you would just open up a separate brokerage account at Vanguard and throw some index funds in there and go to sleep at night. If you want to come and join us and talk through whatever's going on in your life that has a financial implication, just go to JillOnMoney.com, click the Contact Us button, and let us know if you would like to join us live. While you're on the website, don't forget, we've got a lot of content that lives there. We've got the free weekly newsletter. And of course, we have my book, The Great Money Reset. And I always find that in the beginning of the year, people are looking to reset their lives. So maybe you need 10 bold steps to turn chaos into opportunity. If that's you, then you can go to the website and you'll see a link to the book. You can subscribe to us on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your favorite podcast. Please leave us a rating and review wherever you listen and do something nice for someone else today. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.